So why not be aggressive? Why not show a seller that you're really putting some serious money where your mouth is? You have to work with a real estate professional, ladies and gentlemen. The most important thing is you gotta put up that money. They're sharing the same scripted messages back and forth, how to increase your offer, 5 quick tips, yada, yada, yada. So sometimes they like to hear a little story, you know, take a little picture. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Vlad coming here. I just wanted to take a quick pop into your feed and share a little bit of real estate knowledge. To all of my buyers of real estate out there, this one's for you. I wanted to share a few tips on how to increase the buying power of your real estate offer, okay?
Nice.
So the first tip that I want to talk about is you need to make sure that you're getting pre-approved, all right? So unless you're going to be buying cash, then you can provide the proof of funds to a seller. Most people tend to use a loan, and when you have a loan, you need to get a pre-approval ahead of time before we submit an offer, because a lot of the other competition, they're going to be doing the same thing. So get together with your lender. If you don't have a lender, please feel free to message me in the DMs. I have lenders that I work with all the time. I'm more than happy to share any of my connections and come correct with the pre-approval along with your offer, all right? Now let's move on to tip number 2. Let's talk a little bit about the Earnest Money Deposit. It's also known as an escrow deposit. And one thing that really helps to boost the power of your offer is if you're willing to increase that escrow deposit. Now, guys, remember, sometimes people get in a misunderstanding about the deposit, and they think that it's something that's extra on top of your offer amount, but it's not. It goes together into your closing costs. So it's not like you're gonna have to pay an extra $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 on top of your purchase price. That money just goes towards the total. It's not extra money. So why not be aggressive? Why not show a seller that you're really putting some serious money where your mouth is, all right? Now, tip number 3 that I wanna talk to you about, don't be afraid or embarrassed to share a little personal letter. I know it sounds a little silly because this is a business transaction, but believe it or not, a lot of these sellers, you know, they're just regular people like the rest of us. So sometimes they like to hear a little story, you know, take a little picture, put the wife, put your kids, put your husband, you know, get the little golden retriever, put him in front, nice little pets, big smiles. You know, some sellers love that type of stuff, and they want to feel like, especially if they raise their family in that home, they want to feel like they're passing on that home to the next generation where it'll be a lot of love as well. So that one's powerful. Now, one other tip that I want to share with you that arguably is the most important one, you have to work with a real estate professional, ladies and gentlemen. I've been doing this for 20 years. There's so many experiences that I've had where people, you know, they try to buy real estate by themselves, sell real estate by themselves. There's nothing wrong with that if you have the experience, but if you've never done a transaction before, if you've never been in the real estate business in the past, I recommend at least for your first few times doing it, get together with a professional. And if anybody out there is interested in buying or selling some real estate, or if you have any questions about the process, as I mentioned before, I've been doing this for 2 decades already. Please shoot me a DM. I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to answer any questions that you have. I'm always here to help, all right? So another thing about these videos, I'm gonna start putting them out for you regularly. And I also wanna keep it real with everybody at the same time, because I'm sure you've got a bunch of other realtor friends. They're sharing the same scripted messages back and forth, how to increase your offer, 5 quick tips, yada, yada, yada. I want to offer something a little bit different. I want to actually be able to keep it 100 with you when we talk about these topics, okay? So I'm going to tap into my experience. I'm going to level with you and share some insider info. And ultimately, when it comes to submitting an offer, let's keep it 100. A lot of these sellers, this is probably the only investment they have, the most important investment that they have in their life. They're just as nervous about selling their house to you as you are about putting up the money to buy it from them. They don't want to make a mistake. They want to make sure that you are the right type of buyer for their house, especially because they only have that one shot to sell it. It's not like they can sell the house again. So ultimately, the most important thing is you gotta put up that money, okay? I know a lot of times, people wanna be creative. These tips that I just shared, do they help? Yeah, of course they help. But you know what helps the most? Putting your money where your mouth is, okay? So if you come across a house, you love it, it's the only house for you, ladies and gentlemen, you have to be aggressive. You gotta put up a little bit more money. If it's a multiple offer situation, there's competition. There's nothing wrong with spending an extra $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 if that's the house for you. Because 9 times out of 10, you're never gonna find that house again. And then every time we go to the next house, the only thing that you're ever gonna wanna do is compare all the new houses to that house that you passed up on. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions or if you need any advice, I'm here in the DMs. Please reach out to me. Bye guys, thank you for your time.